Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Miss Kitty. I'm a Master Gardener, and I'm going to show you how much fun and easy it is to make fairy critter gardens, different kinds of things. First thing you need to know, you got to have fun, and it's not rocket science, very easy to do. You just got to let your imagination run wild. First thing you need to do is select a container. Your container can be almost anything you can put garden soil in. It can be an old purse, it can be a grocery bag, it can be a tin can, it can be plastic, metal, wagons. You can even put them in the ground. You can use an old wheelbarrow or a big wagon. Just hanging baskets I have here, just almost anything. The next most important thing is soil. Some plants, like herbs, they don't grow very well in store-bought potting soil that doesn't have real soil. And you have to get used to reading the labels of the potting mix you buy. Then you have to decide what kind of plants you want. Some plants are shade plants, some plants are sun-loving plants. And if you want to mix them, you can put it out in your container out early in the morning sun, and then move it to a shade location later on. Then you might think of shelter for your plants. You might want to have a little stick teepee tent for your critters and your fairies. You can make a water bottle and decorate it up. You can use a hanging basket. You can use a regular basket. Just almost anything that you wish. Then you need to decide, what do I want my garden to look like? Hey, today I'm going to show you how to make a shade-loving garden. I have little ferns here that love water and they love shade. Then a few items that I wanted to add to my garden. I like furniture, and later on I'll show you some of the furniture that you can make. And I love little fairies. I also like garden gnomes and leprechauns. This is a little furniture setting for you. Then I have a little fairy fisherman who is fishing. I have a little tree stump, frogs. I have some more frogs over here. They're watching the fishermen. And I have garden gnomes that love to seesaw. I also have some garden critters here. I have ladybugs and other little bugs. I have lizards. I have mushrooms that are easy to make out of Play-Doh. Paint the little dots on the top, and also like to use little sprinkles to add a little something to your garden. You don't have to use these are little pebble rocks. Also like to use sprinkles. I have a little magic sprinkler for the magic dust. I like to sprinkle over my ferns, give it that little glitter. Okay, and then sprinkle some on my little house. Okay, this is a hanging basket. It's very easy to make. I made little Mardi Gras Mombo dollies out of clothespins and just dressed her up a little bit. I made little furniture. This is the popsicle stick and the little furnitures that you can add. You can use a little cork for your table. Mushrooms, different colors, of course. Mardi Gras is yellow and purple and green, so everything purple and green to use to decorate that. Okay, so here I have a Patriotic Garden. You know, the end of this month, we have Memorial Day, and then in June, we celebrate D-Day, and of course in July, we celebrate the 4th of July. Well, I made a victory garden here. I have made my own little okra garden, because I just happen to love okra. Now, the victory garden started after the Civil War. I have the North and the South here. I have a Revolutionary soldier. And during World War I and II, the victory gardens really took off because there was a food shortage. And the government and the president at the time wanted families to grow their own gardens. Now, we have a surprise for 6 lucky winners. It'll be raffled off, and your plant container will look something like this. We have a plant. These happen to be impatiens, and they love shade, so you can bring your container plant inside. and as long as you have a little window or something. You also have shelter. You may or may not want to use it. It has little tea lights in it, so you also have that in your container. You have garden gnomes, love gnomes. You have little snails made out of Play-Doh. You have frogs. You have lizards and soil, and you have rock petals and a little bit of glitter to make your garden happy looking. Now, one thing you need to know is how to care for your plants. If you have dead flowers, you need to deadhead. Just cut the blooms off so more flowers will grow for you. When you want to water at the bottom of your plant so that you don't get all your critters and things. Okay, so one thing you need to know about your containers after you've learned about watering and such, you need to make sure it has a nice drainage. Okay, so now that you know how easy it is and how much fun you can have to make the fairy critter gardens, and you've seen the different kinds that you can make, all you have to do is have fun and use your imagination.